Hey, don't go nowhere because y'all gotta see this. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about this crazy video coming from the Atlanta Police Department featuring them chasing down some 18, 19, 20-year-old car thieves in the parking garage at about 2:30 a.m. in Buckhead, right by Lenox Mall. And if you know about Atlanta, if you know about Buckhead, Lenox, you know this is a very nice area, very well to do, a lot of money out there, but it's also very high crime. I'll talk about that part a little bit later. If you want to see the full video without my commentary, the link, as always, will be in the description. Shout out to ATL Scoop for posting this first. As far as I know, I'll link to their Instagram page in the description. You can also watch it there. But let's watch it right now in this video together. And I'll pause it at certain points to give my 2 cents to just interject my commentary. And let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Hey! You gonna get your fucking... Hey! Hey! 43!
So I think right there, this may be their guns they have out or tasers, probably guns, because the car thieves are actually in the car trying to get away. And I think they had a Toyota Camry and they crashed it right here. So you're going to see them approach the car.
Hey! Put your hands up! Hey! Put your hands up! Get the get on the fucking ground!
Hey, shout out to the officers, straight from the community, right? You could tell that these guys, you know, are not necessarily from Podunkville, USA. They're probably from right there, East Atlanta somewhere. Okay, so these guys are of the community. They're probably all black. So shout out to them. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, they called him a boy, this racist. Please stop.
Got one in the back, one in the back. Do not, I swear to God. Back seat, you move your mother. Black pants coming down the hill. Got you on foot.
Let's pause right here just for a moment. Do you see this? Ethica? That's like a name brand type of clothing line he has on right there. But you out here stealing cars in the middle of the night in Buckhead. Okay, that's what's up. So the guy in the hoodie is fleeing. You can see him right there trying to run down the parking deck.
That's the time we got one coming down the ramp. I'm going to tase the shit out you, boy. Coming down the ramp, gray sweatshirt, black pants, mask on. Guy just jumped down. He just jumped down.
So somebody, I think it might have been the guy in the gray hoodie, jumped from the 5th floor out of the parking deck and onto the ground trying to escape. Now, I don't know who he thought he was. If he thought he was Spider-Man, a.k.a. Peter Parker, if he thought he was Iron Man, or if it's a movie, but in real life, the ground will remind you that you're in real life. This ain't no video game. This ain't Fortnite, Call of Duty. Ain't no respawn. Ain't no fall damage. You're going to be damaged falling from that height from a parking deck onto that concrete out there in Buckhead.
Hey, whoever that is right here. Yo, secure him.
There'll be one black male, gray hoodie, black pants running down the parking deck, and another black male in all black clothing.
Come down. Hey, he just jumped down.
Copy, one down, fell off the building.
Oh, there you go. All right. So it says 2 suspects were arrested and 3 firearms were recovered. The injured suspect was transported to the hospital in stable condition. So that was the guy that tried to be Spider-Man, right? So as far as I know, the boy is not dead. He may have broken a few bones from trying to, you know, be Peter Parker, trying to get that action going off, but he's not dead. He'd be all right. He just fell from 5 stories, or not. He didn't fall. He jumped trying to escape. The escape didn't work too well. Now did it? So yeah, that's a sample of what goes on in Atlanta. You know, I live in Chattanooga. I'm like 90 minutes from Midtown. I go to Atlanta a lot. I've seen a lot of cars being broken into, like certain parts of the city and certain times of the day. If you live in your car and you got a certain kind of car, especially, you're at risk for being broken into. You go to Midtown, it could be any time of the day. They might get you. In a shady parking lot, they might get you. I don't mean shady as far as like tree shade. I'm talking about it's kind of sketchy. You know, it's like right beside a building. It's uncovered outside. It's a dude at the front talking about $10. It might not necessarily be that safe. At night, you pretty much rolling the dice. In the daytime, they have certain parking decks that have police officers that are guarding them. Yeah, I've seen those where you pulling this officer right there looking at you. But it's different ways to access the deck, so sometimes it's hard to control that. The big things right now in Atlanta, as far as I know, are the car break-ins. Where they shattering your windshield. They hit a bunch of cars in the row in Midtown. They've been doing that for a long time. Midtown, downtown, Buckhead. Buckhead is not that far from Midtown. It's like the next kind of neighborhood up to a certain extent. So it's not that far. So a lot of the youngins that might stay downtown in the kind of non-gentrified areas, they may come up to Buckhead, or they may stay East Atlanta. They may stay in the east, way out, maybe over on the west side, and then come up and go out to certain places and engage in a lot of property crime. That's really big right now in Atlanta. It's a lot of assault and stuff like that too. But the biggest thing you got to worry about if you go there is having your car stolen or broken into. So that scene right there is necessary. I was reading the comments and somebody was saying, oh, all that for a Toyota Corolla. First of all, that's somebody's hard-earned money that pay for that Toyota Corolla. They may need that to take their kids and whatnot to school. They got to go to work. They got to make money. They got to be to provide for themselves. You can get on the MARTA and whatnot, the public transportation in Atlanta, but at a certain point, you might need your car. If you're living in downtown and you're working in Woodstock, you need your car. That's like a 45-minute drive, potentially. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, shout out to the officers. I mean, that looked fun. I ain't even gonna lie. That looked really fun. And I know it's a very dangerous job you guys do. Shout out to you guys for putting yourselves out there every night and doing that. I'm not sure what kind of cars they were driving, but as I say, I go to Atlanta a lot, and I'm always in Georgia outside of Atlanta, and closer to like Dalton and Calhoun, Georgia, the officers have like Dodge Challengers souped up. So, I mean, I wonder how fun it is to drive. I mean, you out there like doing drifts and whatnot, trying to catch some perp that's acting the fool on the road, drinking and driving and whatnot. So yeah, shout out to you guys for doing that. And I enjoy videos like this. If you got anything like that, any kind of police pursuits, anything, y'all send it to me. I enjoy it 100%. And to the car thieves out there, I mean, at a certain point, I'm not sure what can be done to stop the car thefts and the car break-ins. That's a serious problem. It's to the point where if I go to Atlanta at certain times of, like if I'm going to be there at a certain time of night, I know where not to go or where not to have my car. I may have my car up in Alpharetta somewhere or, you know, back home almost and Uber around. I'd rather would do that than to park my car right there in Midtown where I know that it's like super hot to have your car broken into. Or what I do, what a lot of guys do is just roll their own window down and leave the car open. You might as well because they're going to break into it anyway. Don't have it to where you can steal the car. And better yet, how about this? How about driving, if you got a stick shift, and you have your windows rolled down and you have the club, if you have the club on your car, like on the steering wheel and also the one that goes from the wheel to the pedal, if you got that on your car, they can't do nothing to it. If your windows are open, your car's on lock, you got the club, and you got a stick shift, they can't do nothing with you. But if not, or if you got one of those auto starts, oh man, you pretty much out back. If you have an auto start, or you don't have your wheel or anything like that secured, that's easy. If windows rolled up, as I close, I'm gonna say this last thing. If you go to Atlanta, you're just a visiting person, you coming from Florida, you drove from Tampa to Atlanta for some reason, right? Okay, and you're visiting and you parking your Dodge Hellcat wide body Challenger SRT. You parking that right in the parking deck in Midtown, and it's 9 p.m. on a Saturday. You asking for it. You might as well just say, please break into me, steal me, take me, put me on the flatbed and take me to Tijuana. Why don't you? That's pretty much what's going on right now. So shout out to the officers trying to make a difference in that phenomenon, in this epidemic that's happening right now in ATLANTA. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what said you? How do you feel about this whole situation with the car break-ins and the crime in Atlanta? You know, as I said from the beginning, this is happening right now in Buckhead. This is part of the reason why they want to kind of secede away from Atlanta as far as being their own city. as of right now, Buckhead is like a neighborhood or a region in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. But they want to have their own thing, like their own police, fire, whatever, because a lot of these young gangbangers are just kind of going through a revolving door system, and they keep hitting the same spot over and over again, the same neighborhoods, the same spots over and over. So they want to be able to kind of put a stop on that. And this is going back to what I said before about Ryan Coogler. Remember that? The Black Panther director? I did a video about him where he was suspected of a bank robbery because he was coming in there being weird, and it's Buckhead. And people were telling me in the comments, oh, don't you mean Bankhead where T.I. is from, the rapper? It's like, no. No. Buckhead is a very nice place, a lot of money out there, but it's also becoming a very high crime, especially property crime. You know, and a lot of that is because of Atlanta Police Department, the higher-ups, the people, the leadership of the Atlanta, Fulton County, or whatever, it's them not properly locking the criminals up. At least in my humble opinion. If you live in Atlanta, Buckhead, or anywhere in the perimeter area, region, y'all let me know what's going on if I'm incorrect. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.